So I'm on the foam roller, and the first thing that I want to do is I want to make sure that my spine is nicely aligned with the foam roller. I want to make sure that my sacrum is on the foam roller. You may feel a little bit of a curve in your lumbar spine. That's totally natural. That is supposed to be there. If you don't feel it, that's okay. We're going to work on that, and we're going to end up through these videos getting your natural curve of your spine back. Follow your body all the way up, and we talked earlier about the thoracic cage. Imagine those ribs are down around the side of the foam roller, and then we're between our shoulder blades, and we come back up, following our spine and our cervical spine. We have another little dip here, so there's not a connection, and then our head is on the foam roller. If you do not own a foam roller, that is totally okay. I'd like you to take a towel and roll it into a tube and place that underneath your spine. If you have extra sensitivities in your spine and you cannot lie on a foam roller because it's too much for you, use a towel. That is fine. We'll build up to using a foam roller. We're going to repeat some of the things that we did in the previous video, but with the foam roller you get that extra feedback that you don't get when you're sitting up. We're going to start with our breath. We always start with our breath. Put your hands on the side of your ribs, and I want you to inhale, and imagine your hands are coming out to the sides, and exhale, and they're coming back in. Inhale, and exhale. As you continue your own breathing rhythm, I want you to tune into your body. Are you losing the space between the top of your shoulders and the bottom of your ears? Are you feeling tension in your jaw just lying here? Are you wobbling back and forth to keep your balance? If so, I want you to engage that sacrum just slightly. Bring it down about, imagine the weight of a, imagine just a slight imprinting onto the foam roller. Very slight. We're not forcing anything here. Like, we're not engaging everything. We're just slightly imprinting onto the foam roller so that we can feel our core or transverse abdominis being engaged. And when our core is engaged you're getting the benefit of a core workout as we're doing our breathing exercises and everything else. Once you feel like you have your balance, you're feeling like you are nice and stable, then what I want you to do is I want you to reach your shoulder blades away from you. So we're creating some space here. You're going to reach your shoulder blades down into your back pockets, but as you do, your hands are going to float up towards the ceiling. So I just did that correctly. Now I'm going to do that incorrectly. See how I've lost all the space? I've got a little double chin going on. That is not what you want to do. I want you to reach away and allow your hands to float up. Your palms are facing each other. From here, you're going to inhale, and you're going to reach up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to exhale. Your hands, your arms are staying straight, and you're going to wrap your shoulder blades around the foam roller. And inhale. Reach up towards the ceiling. And exhale, wrapping around the foam roller. Inhale. And exhale. This will be our last one. Now I want you to imagine you're finding a neutral place for your shoulder blades on the foam roller, so you're not up and you're not down. From here, you're going to allow your hands to float up over your head. Your shoulder blades are rotating around the foam roller. What you are not going to do is allow your hands to float up and your rib cage coming up. You're staying stabilized on this foam roller. We're thinking range of motion of the shoulders. So we're floating up, inhale, and exhale. All motion is coming from the shoulder blades. Inhale as your hands float up above your head, and exhale as they come back down. You're going to repeat this 6 times. So this is number 3. Inhale and exhale. Don't lose that space in your neck. If you find that your shoulders have come up, just recalculate and let your hands float up. So this will probably be your number 5 and number 6. Let's give those shoulders a little break. Bring them down, palms down on the mat, and you can roll back and forth and massaging out between those shoulder blades. How many people get those knots right in those rhomboids, right between the shoulder blades? This is an excellent way that you can massage out. Keeping still on the foam roller now, I want you to take your head and I just want you to rotate it to the side. Feel that stretch. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, go to the other side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the original side. Inhale to center. Exhale. Inhale to center. From here, whenever we stop and we're between exercises, I want you to focus on your breath. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. From here, you can lift, keep your elbows on the ground. You can lift your palms up so they're facing away from you. Bring them up as far as you can so we're getting a rotation in your shoulders. And then bring them all the way down to the ground again. Inhale, palms up towards the ceiling while elbows are stable on the ground. Exhale, bring your palms down. Remember, we talked about the different ranges of motion of the shoulders. So this is rotation in a safe, supported way. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. You will hear crunching and munching and all kinds of things going on in here, and that's okay. If there is pain during any of the exercises, I want you to stop and text, email, or leave me a message underneath this video, and we will talk you through it. Great. Now I want you to inhale, both hands up towards the ceiling. Bring the palms of your hands together. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Allow one hand to come open. Inhale to come back up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Let your hand fall open to the side. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale. Come back up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, allow your hand to fall open. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, come back up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, allow your hand to fall open. My hand would be straight extended out, it's just that the wall's in the way. Inhale at the top, bottom. Exhale, come back out. I want you to be reaching your hands away from you, but not losing the space between your collarbones. Keep your collarbones as wide as you can. Inhale at the top, exhale. My collarbones are staying nice and wide. Even when I bring my hand back in, I'm not losing this space. That's very, very important. You're going to do that 6 times on each side, and then we'll meet again for the next set of videos. Thank you. here we are, and we're going to use the foam roller now to help roll out some of those muscles in the back that are really, really tight that might have been causing you some concern. So you have the foam roller under your shoulder blades. You're going to bring your hands together, interlace your hands, and allow your body to roll over the foam roller and then roll back up. Inhale, open. Exhale, come back up. Now it's really important when you're coming back up, you're not pulling on your head and losing this space again. You're reaching out through the top of your head. You're actually pushing your head slightly into your hands to support your cervical spine. You're massaging out your back, but you're also getting a little bit of an ab workout here. Excellent. So you're going to do that 6 times. Then we're going to move the foam roller up slightly. So now I'm just resting. I'm right underneath my the shoulder blade that you can feel. And now we're going to do the same thing, but we're up a little bit higher. So now we're massaging up higher above the shoulder blades. Bring your knees together, allow them to fall over to one side. You're just getting a different angle massaging your back right now. Six times on one side, inhaling, coming back, and exhaling, coming up. Let your knees fall over to the other side. Your knees are glued together, your ankles are glued together. Inhale back, exhale forward. Six times on this side. Excellent. Come back to center and allow the foam roller now to go right up. It's underneath your neck. You're going to feel this. You should have connection right underneath the occiput or the bone on your skull. And we're going to inhale to prepare, and we're going to exhale. And you're just going to massage underneath that occipital ridge. Let your head go right over towards your ear. Inhale at the side. Exhale. And come back to center. Inhale at the center. Exhale. And go all the way to the other side. Inhale. Exhale to center. Continue doing this motion for as long as you like. Just like when we were doing our lower body and we had our legs going side to side over the foam roller. In this area, you have a particular tight spot. Feel free to go up and down. The muscles don't just stop where our head starts. There's muscles that go all the way up our spine, into the head and wrap around. More so even than the muscles is that posterior fascia. So this feels quite lovely. If you're getting headaches, a lot of headaches come from these suboccipital muscles. Sub meaning under, occiput is this ridge, this bone on the skull that we talked about. Excellent. So we've done some range of motion of the shoulders. We've done some letting go, massaging out of the thoracic spine. And now let's talk about our neck. So range of motion, again, we can do some beautiful, beautiful stretches. There's some specific particular muscles that attach from the shoulder blades into the head. So some big ones are called the levator scapular, and the levator scapula goes from the corner of the shoulder blade up, inserts into the vertebrae, and levator as an elevator lifts up, and scapula shoulder blade. So if we're like this a lot, this muscle typically gets really, really tight and annoyed. Another muscle that is attaching into the shoulder blade and then into the neck is your trapezius muscle. I don't know if you can see, but this big strong muscle here, this muscle is another big component of headaches and tension in the shoulders and the neck. So when we did our shrugs earlier, that affects both of these muscles. But let's do some stretches specific to this. So if we want to stretch our upper trapezius, what we can do is we want to lift up through the crown of our head, nice and tall. We're not going to be squeezing into our cervical spines when we stretch. I always want you to think lengthening and opening. So you're going to bring your ear to your shoulder, and you can bring your hand up and then sit on your opposite arm so that your shoulder won't raise, and you can feel the stretch across through the head and into the shoulder. If I didn't support this arm down, we're defeating the purpose. So opposition. This arm's reaching down, this side is reaching across. Now to get that levator, which is closer to the spine here, on the inside angle of the scapula, what we can do is we can turn our chin to the opposite armpit. Bring our hand up over our head. We're still supporting this shoulder down, and then we're going to allow the weight of our hand to pull our chin down towards the opposite armpit. And this is stretching out this levator scapula in the back. Now remember, it's attached into the shoulder blade. So how can we increase range of motion? We can do some rotations here, forward and backward while stabilizing. We can do our shrugs. Feel how that affects the muscle here. What about pulling the shoulder blade forward and backward around? So we're doing our rotation of the shoulder, anterior and posterior. There we go. I feel very lopsided now. So then you want to do the other side, of course. So you want to do ear to shoulder and resist, have opposition, and then chin to opposite shoulder, still resisting. You can do your range of motion in this. So you can do your shrugging, rotation, you can do abduction, adduction. How does that affect? How does that affect what's going on in your body? The more you understand how the shoulder blades are attached to the neck, the more you can do these exercises and really have the intention to let these muscles go and release all the tension that's in there. Now we can't really talk about the thoracic cage without talking about the front. So in the front we have these muscles. They go from the sternum and then wrap into the arm as well. And this big one is called the pectoralis major. Then we have another one that goes more like this, which is your pectoralis minor. So when these muscles, compared to the opposition in the back, are quite large. So it's easier for these muscles to rotate us forward than it is for the back muscles to pull our shoulders back. So how do we open these up? Open, close. Just like what we did on the foam roller. Open, close. Range of motion. If that's creating any tingling down your spine, just shorten your levers. Open, close, open, close. A very popular one that people might be aware of is the door frame stretch. Imagine I have my hand in the door frame and then I reach away. Just don't lose this space. My doggy's coming to visit me. Bella, go lie down. Good girl. Reaching away, reaching away. opening this up. This is that pec major that goes across. If we want the pec minor, then we would have our angle is up higher. So that gives you a lot of options on what you can do to open up your thoracic cage, your shoulders, and your cervical spine to create a little bit less tension and help you get through the next couple of weeks before you get to go back and see your therapist. I hope you enjoy.